Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It is now officially Raila Odinga is a man who is ready to go and rescue William Ruto come 2027 general election. What you saw yesterday in the name of signed MOU was nothing but just rubbish. Why am I saying that? When look at the 10 points that Raila Odinga declared, reason why he was working with William Ruto doesn't have any base at all. And in fact, William Ruto could have even fulfilled these 10 points without any kind of handshake. So now it is very clear we are having a team led by William Ruto, followed by Raila Odinga, Musalia Mudavadi and Kithure Kindiki. On this side we are having Kalonzo Musyoka, Rigathi Gachagua, Martha Karua and Eugene Wamalwa. The truth of the matter is, I'm seeing a scenario as we are close to approach 2027, you will see these individuals led by Raila Odinga now coming out to say that the MOU they signed with William Ruto has refused to fulfill. I just want to lead you in this list that Raila Odinga signed yesterday, and you will understand it is totally nothing. Number one, that NADCO report must be implemented fully. Number two, inclusivity in all public life. Yani lazima William Ruto angeingia handshake na Raila ndiye angeimplement. Protecting and strengthening devolution. Promoting and protecting the livelihoods of young people. Leadership and integrity. Right to peaceful assembly and protest. National debt, fight against corruption, stop wastage of public resources, and promote government efficiency. 10. Protecting the sovereignty of the people, the rule of law, and constitutionalism. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, as you always do, ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you automatically support the work that I'm doing in this channel. Because sometimes you watch and you forget liking the video. So, this is just a reminder. As you watch, please consider liking the video. Thank you so much for that like. I want to be categorical. Number one, during the last general election, you saw how William Ruto was having narratives. The hustler narrative, Mama Mboga narrative, and Boda Boda narrative. The reality is, William Ruto also gets support from the churches. But when you look, these narratives and the churches are now coming out against this man because some agendas he promised them and even some charters they signed is not on the place, and now William Ruto is in another agreement. So the reality is here, how William Ruto is going to be defeated is going to be easy if election is going to be free and fair come 2027. Why am I saying that? When William Ruto declared his presidency, the way I've said, he was having narratives, and the church of course, you saw the Mount Kenya region massively rallying behind William Samoei Ruto. When you saw the votes that came from Mount Kenya region and you compare with what Raila Odinga got, of course what William Ruto got, you will get that a half of the votes came from Mount Kenya region and some part of the Republic of Kenya that, as we speak, massively majority votes of William Ruto has just disappeared like that. Why? Because now those who believed in him, trusted the course that he was having, they are no longer believing that this man is likely to implement and actualize what he promised them. I don't see any scenario where Raila Odinga is going to rescue William Ruto come 2027. Why? Because some issues that they signed yesterday, These are issues that even William Ruto could have implemented day one when he was in the office, leave alone even the NADCO report. Things like inclusivity in all public life, then protecting and strengthening devolution. Already we have counties. The meaning of signing the MOU with Raila Odinga is nothing. Promoting and protecting the livelihoods of young people, nothing. Then so this handshake is going to make that leadership and integrity, which will not be there still. Right to peaceful assembly and protest. And by the way, this thing is in the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya. It doesn't need any favor from Raila or William Samoei Ruto. It is as per the Constitution. We are allowed to assemble, picket peacefully. National debt, it is the duty of these leaders to rationalize and understand the repercussions and the consequences of debts, where these individuals are having debts, but the work that this debt is doing is nowhere to be seen. Fight against corruption. William Ruto does not need handshake or dialogue or broad-based government to stop corruption. Stopping wastage of public resources, these privileges you see left, right, center, William Ruto does not need. So the reality and the fact here is the man has failed in an extent of not knowing what he promised the people of Kenya. So clearly, I want to say it without any fear. Come 2027, it is going to be people versus political conmanship. That has been there for longest period of time, where some issues they are addressing is none of the business immediately they took over the offices. When they talked about the hustlers, they talked about Mama Mboga, they talked about border. The question I'm asking, what of course negated William Ruto not to implement what he promised the people of Kenya? So all these things you're seeing is that nothing, totally nothing. The handshake, the so-called broad-based government is not for Kenyans, it's just for these individuals. And by the way, do you remember when I analyzed a video here where some individuals leaked some agreement in Statehouse? Hii kitu mnaona hii is not the reality agreement that these individuals are having. This individual's real agreement was Raila Odinga to be given 15 PSs. In other words, they're dividing themselves positions. Raila to act as prime minister is having salary, security and vehicles and office. Raila Odinga to be added another 2 CSs. Already is having 4 of them. Then come 2027, Raila will be controlling some part of campaigns of William Ruto. Then as they approach 2027 election, if likely they will win, Raila Odinga will be controlling half of the government. So when you see these individuals are coming out to tell you that now this is the agreement and the MOU that we had, it's not true. This is just rubbish, total rubbish. What these individuals are having behind the scene is to divide positions. There's nothing like full implementation of NADCO report. There's nothing called inclusivity in public life. There's nothing called protecting and strengthening devolution. There's nothing promoting and protecting the livelihood of young people. There's nothing about leadership and integrity. There's nothing called right to peaceful assembly and protest. By the way, it is in the Constitution. There's nothing like national debt. There's nothing like fighting against corruption. There's nothing stopping wastage of public resources and promote government efficiency. There's nothing like that. Protecting the sovereignty of the people, the rule of law and constitutionalism. Nothing like that. So these individuals are just having their own criteria of leadership to benefit them. As you will be remaining there, yelling, making noise, substantiating things that are not here or there, you will remain just there without money in your pockets, making noise, supporting these tumbocrats, conmen in politics, so that they can remain in politics. They collect themselves into a certain corner to protect their wealth. They grabbed from the common mwananchi. They're using our resources, benefit themselves, their friends and their families. And that is what Kenyans you want. And if you make another mistake to elect this individual 2027, I'm sorry for you. We'll be just there watching. and you'll pass the hardest time you've never seen before. You were born in this country. That is the reality. So you can see majority of those Kenyans who elected William Ruto, they have walked out. In fact, as we speak, he has lost the bigger percentage of the votes he got. And that is the reality and the truth. And so when you look at the side of Akina Kalonzo, if they are also serious, they can take head on this punitive government. But if they are not serious, this punitive government, they are capable of manipulating the minds of Kenyans. Remember, they are having power, they are having the resources, they have the instrument. You know, and they can do whatever they can do. So my point is very clear. Kenyans, as you have decided to walk out on William Ruto, the so-called broad-based government, that is it. Let us do it all the way till 2027, so that we can ensure that this man, even if they are planning to rig election, it will be impossible. They will just relax and say, lose. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Bye-bye till we meet in another video.